Welcome to a short presentation on metal, Year 9 metal at Stoll Secondary College in 2022. Okay, if you're coming along to Year 9 metal, you probably need to be someone who is interested in making things out of metal, or at least has an interest in one of the trades, because all of the trades manipulate and make things out of metal at some stage or other. There are trades that specifically work just with metal and that's all they ever do, but most trades use metal for various things, and at times they have to make things. So if you're interested in automotive engineering, building or electrical trades, you will be involved with metal. So if you're thinking of doing Year 10 or Year 11 product design in the future, this is a good entrance into that subject, whether it be metal or wood. You'll need to be someone who can problem solve, all right? Because you will come across things that the answers won't be simple, and you'll need to be able to think about them and work out a solution. And you're going to need to be up for a challenge, because you are going to be doing this work and it's not going to be handed to you on a plate. So you're going to have to be ready for a little bit of a challenge. It's a semester-long subject, and we cover a fair bit through that semester. We need to try and work with knowledge and skills that you've had from, or you've developed from previous classes if you have them, but it's not compulsory, although you've all done Year 8 technology subjects, so hopefully you'll bring some of that knowledge into this class as well. We look at a number of areas in metalwork. So there's sheet metal, which involves bending thin metal and normally then pop riveting it together or using a spot welder. There's fabrication, where we work with metal from about 2 millimeters thick upwards, and we cut it and join it and bend it, and normally we weld it. There's turning, which involves putting metal into a machine called a lathe, and we spin that metal, we put a tool up against it and we change its shape. And last but not least, there's welding, which can be used in all sorts of areas. The production tasks we'll be working with, they will be linked to areas of interest to you. So there's a little bit of movement for you to try different things. Past production tasks have included things like toolboxes, kindling splitters, and fire pistons. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail shortly. And fire pits. So just with it, like any other technology subject, we have to investigate, we need to design, we need to produce, and we need to evaluate. So in the investigation, we're going to look at how and why we use various metals. We'll also look at the tools we're going to use to modify metals. And we'll also look at the sustainability of resources. And last but not least, we will look at new materials that are coming up in technology. Once we've done that, we'll move on to our design section. Now in design, we need to be able to draw what it is we're going to make. That's important, but what's even more important is you're able to read a set of plans. So if you can draw it, you can probably read a set of plans. So we'll work on design, we'll do hand sketches, and we'll also use computer-aided drafting for things such as, with programs such as SketchUp, to do drawings such as these. These sorts of drawings are done to scale, and we can have dimensions on them, and then they're perfect for use as plans when you go to make something. Then it goes on to the production part of the work, the bit that everyone enjoys. So we're going to produce. We're going to make stuff out of sheet metal, as I said before, by cutting, bending, joining, and that would be something such as a rocket stove, which is a little camp stove you can make. Students have made these in the past and really enjoyed them. It's amazing how much heat you can get out of one of these. We also do fabrication, so cutting and shaping and welding for things such as fire pits or kindling splitters. Turning, as I mentioned before, using the lathe, and with that we can make items such as this fire piston. It's a 2-piece unit, and just by putting the plunger inside of the sleeve, we can create a lot of heat and get a fire started without any matches or fuel. Right, once we've completed our production work, we move into evaluation, because we always want to look at what we've made and see if there's ways we can improve it. So we will go into this by testing first to make sure our product does what it was supposed to do. And then from the testing, we will go into reporting. So we'll have a look at what we could do differently and what was successful. If you're going to come along to the Year 9 Metal class, you're going to need some books and some writing materials. All right, there is a little bit of theory, not a lot, but there's a bit of theory, and as I said before, you're going to need to be able to draw. You're also going to need to bring a computer so that you can participate in the computer-aided drafting. Doesn't work without a computer. You'll need safety glasses for the production work. You'll need to bring your own and look after those, and you'll also need suitable footwear. And if you're going to be doing some welding, you might need some long trousers and a long sleeve top. You will need to be ready for a challenge, because it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to work hard. Having said all that, if you have any further questions, please send me a message via Zuno and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Or if you're seeing me in the yard, just ask a question and I'll give you the answer if I have it. So hopefully we will see you next year in Year 9 Metalwork. Catch you later, guys.